Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another My Restaurant video. So as some of you may or may not know, recently Preston as well as David, the two developers for My Restaurant, went ahead and kind of teased a little bit of what I would presume, based off of what they're saying, is a really big project that should be coming to My Restaurant at some point in the future. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the details that they have shared over on the Discord as well as on Preston's Twitter about what exactly this huge project is that they're going to be working on. But of course, before we go ahead and get into that, I'm going to give everybody that's in my VIP server a quick little shout out. Thankfully today nobody is going so crazy like they were yesterday. So starting from the left hand side, we have Unbanned, Sidewinder, Almarez, Mr. Square Dancing Jonah over there, and then in the background we have What Alt, Demonic, way in the back over there, a Swede, and it looks like Rad Tasso as well as Chip has just decided to join the party. So again, big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the recording of today's video. But let's waste no more time and get right into this information because it's not going to be a super long video, but I definitely do want to bring this to light just because I really want to hear some of your opinions on what exactly this could be. And honestly, some of you have some really creative minds, so it's going to be interesting to read some of the theories. Now, a couple of days ago, I'm going to show you on the screen right now, Preston went ahead and sent out a tweet that says, next update to My Restaurant is going to be the most insane feat any game on Roblox has ever pulled off. It's going to change everything. Now, obviously, this went ahead and got the attention of absolutely everybody. And while this doesn't really give too much context, it definitely was really interesting to see him say that, especially since, of course, he is such a big person and such a big image within the actual Roblox community. So realistically, that's a pretty bold statement. Now, again, this really didn't give us any context on what exactly it was going to be or when we could even be expecting it, because he did mention next update, but then the day after, David went ahead and tweeted out this. He said, I just gotta say, this next My Restaurant update is going to be incredible. If Preston and I pulled it off, it's something that Roblox hasn't seen before. It'll be a few weeks before this comes out because we want to make sure it's perfect. Stay tuned. Now, this statement in itself is a little concerning just simply for the fact that that means that we could not be seeing weekly updates for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Honestly, that would be extremely interesting because I don't feel like the hype can really hold down for that long. So I kind of have like fingers crossed that maybe they're just talking about a major update, that they're still going to be doing their minor updates here and there, kind of adding, you know, 5 pieces of furniture. A little off topic here, but I've been seeing a lot of you using tables as well as counters for fillers, and I actually really like how this looks a lot more than the plants. Makes it look way more cleaner and not so messy and confusing. I'm gonna have to start using tables as fillers more often. But yeah, I personally just don't understand how they're going to be keeping the hype with the game for a few weeks for them to be able to work on such a major project. So of course, with these two tweets, we now have a general idea on how long exactly it's going to take for it to be released, but we still didn't have any information on what exactly this giant thing that they're working on was. But that was until David decided to go on Discord and talk a little bit about exactly what that is. So as you can see in the background right now, from what he went ahead and said inside of the Discord, it looks like what we could be expecting is going to be some type of auction house. Now, this is really interesting just simply because what we could be looking at here is potentially My Restaurant's version of a trading system. Of course, I could very well be wrong. It could very well be something similar to like what we have in the shop right now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, over here on the back end side, there is a little area where 6 items constantly shuffle out. I believe it's every 24 hours, but 6 completely random items get put up here and they usually have like 25% off. But this corner is only for VIPs. So could it be possible that we could see maybe an auction house where all of the items in the shop kind of circulate every couple of hours at different prices? But I mean, if you really sit down and think about it, that's not quite how an auction house works. Ideally, the way that it's supposed to work is if I was the owner of per se a shrine, I could go ahead and throw my shrine up in the auction house, and every single player that is playing My Restaurant should be able to see the set value that I put for that shrine, and them obviously have the opportunity to purchase it at a lower price than what is already within the shop. But honestly, the more that I talk about this new system, the more concerns I have, just simply because this will obviously trigger a lot of duping. It's going to trigger a lot of people doing their exploits and spending their money on their alt accounts and then transferring it over to their main accounts. I feel like it's going to trigger a lot more problems than it's actually going to do good, which is what makes this whole entire thing so interesting and why I wanted to make this video to get some of your opinions. How exactly do you believe that this system is going to work? And are you excited to see this added into the game, or would you rather them not do something like this? I don't know, man. It really confuses me because if you really sit down and think about it as well, it's kind of like, well, that's going to pretty much render the entire shop useless unless, you know, when an item releases and stuff like that, which I mean, in essence, that would kind of make sense. You know, if they go ahead and add a whole new new set of royal items, they can go ahead and remove these 3 pieces and add a whole new 3 pieces in here, and you can no longer buy these in the shop. The only way you can buy them is if they're in the auction house. If that's what they have planned, then that's pretty smart, and it's going to create a whole economy for this game, and just about every single piece of furniture is going to have a set value. Because I mean, if you really think about it, how much bigger are you going to make this shop? Like, let's just kind of speak theoretically here, and let's say that 6-7 months down the road, my restaurant is still popping. There's a lot of people playing it. They've gone ahead now and added 40 new pieces of furniture. How are you going to stick 40 new pieces of furniture in here? I mean, obviously you could extend it backwards, or you could very well even just add more floors to the actual shop itself. I don't know, man. I kind of really like the idea of them pulling things out of the actual shop and it only being available in auction house. Again, super curious to hear which one of the 2 options you guys are more interested in. Would you like to see them expand the shop, or would you like to see items being pulled from the shop? Lots of questions in this video, but honestly, I feel like it's going to spark a lot of really interesting topics and a lot of interesting conversations in the comments. So I'm really looking forward to that. Again, this was just a quick little video for today. I saw this auction house information and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Obviously, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all types of different content. And thank you guys so much for 19,000 subscribers, dude. We are already halfway to 20,000. And honestly, I couldn't be any happier. Thank you guys so much for all the support. But that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Sub or Rotten Tomato in your face 24/7, bruh.